Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be ranking all three MonsterVerse movies ranked. With seeing Godzilla King of Monsters today and reviewing it, you can actually see that video up in the description. Up in the description, you can also check out my review of Godzilla 2014. Anyway, with all that said, it's finally time for me to rank all three MonsterVerse films. So really, there's not much else to say, so let's just get into it. Now, before we start, I just want to point out, for me, my number 3 and my number 2, they're kind of like right here for me. And then my number 1 is a big jump up to the front of the list. So you're going to need to know that. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this and let's rank all three MonsterVerse movies from the worst to best. Coming in at last place, I'm actually going to go with a little bit of an upset. And in last place, I'm going to go with Kong Skull Island. Now, as much as I think this is I know that I don't really know what to say. I'm kind of losing my words and stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what to say. There's not really much to say except a lot of people like it, and that's great that we can all have different opinions. But in my opinion, it's the weakest of the MonsterVerse films because for me, it just feels plain. Like, it just feels thrown out there with nothing but plain. It's the biggest thrill. It has a lot of thrills and jump scares. It's like probably the biggest, probably the most violent of the franchise. But I don't know. For me, it was very weird. It was very weirdly crafted. It was very out of the plot. You couldn't really relate to any of the characters. It was just weird for me. And as much as I remember seeing this in 2017 and thinking, wow, this is amazing. It was one of my favorite films of that year. But then rewatching it before going to see Godzilla King of the Monsters, I just felt out of the plot the entire time. I feel like there's not really... I mean, this can be said about both movies. This can be said about both Godzilla 2014 and Kong Skull Island. In this movie, you're not really doing anything, but really they're focusing everything on these boring characters. Now, yes, you do get to see more King Kong in this movie than you get to see Godzilla in Godzilla 2014, but still, you only get him, if you edit it together, you have about 12 minutes of King Kong in that entire film. If you edit the Godzilla scenes together from 2014, you have 8 minutes in the entire film. So it's more, but I feel like in this film, it's the biggest example, the second biggest example of focusing all their attention on boring characters you don't care about. And not only that, but also weird dialogue, weird story, weird way of putting the plot in order. It's just a weird film. I really wish I could put it higher on the list, but unfortunately it comes in at number 3. At number 2, I'm going to go with the original Godzilla 2014. Now, this film, you can say the same things about it as Godzilla. It's very weirdly made, very weirdly crafted, and very weird in where they stack up the plot lines. I do think it is better than Kong Skull Island, but I still think it is a very weird film. Again, they focus too much attention on the human characters, and you only get 8 minutes of Godzilla. So I do think at the end, just all the plot points that are set up, it's very weird, but I do kind of like it. I think it is it's a film that is very of its time, but it works. It works. So that's why I don't think it's the best film. I also don't think it's the worst film. It's a middle type of film. But again, with like the not enough Godzilla and stuff, like everything, a weird plot line, weird way of setting up the plots. Again, with Kong Skull Island, very weirdly crafted, but it's a better film, and for that, I just really like it. So it comes in at number 2. But at number 1 for me, just like my John Wick movies rank, in this case, the third movie is the best, because at number 1, I gotta go with Godzilla King of the Monsters. I just saw this film today, and it's probably already one of my most anticipated films of the year. And that could be a good thing, and that could also be a bad thing. For one reason is, this is a movie that a lot of people have mixed opinions about. I've seen people on YouTube saying, oh, this is terrible, they shouldn't have even made it. And then there's people saying, oh, this is amazing, the best thing I ever seen. Then there's people in the middle saying, It's okay. In my opinion, I'm kind of in the middle of amazing and medium. The people that say, oh, it's okay, and the people that say, oh, it's amazing, I'm like right here, where I'm like, see, I'll use my head for example. I'm right here. This is medium, and this is it's amazing. So that's where I am. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's a good movie. Very better than, it's a huge jump up from Kong Skull Island and Godzilla 2014. I just really like it, so it comes in at number 1. Anyway, go ahead and up in the description, check out, Anyway, go ahead and like and subscribe. Tell me what you tell me how you rank them on all 3 MonsterVerse movies down in the comments below. Also, you can check out some of my other videos over there. We got my Godzilla 2014 review, as well as my Godzilla King of the Monsters review. A lot of people have been asking me if I'm gonna review Kong Skull Island. Probably not, but if I have time to, I'll get a review in. I still have a lot of X-Men reviews to do before Dark Phoenix. But anyway, thanks for watching. Go ahead and check out those other 2 videos, and peace out.